Hi, me again. So I finished my workout on the treadmill, and as you can see now I have a jacket on because I got all sweaty and I'm cold and I haven't had my shower yet, so my hair is a hot mess. But there was one more video that I wanted to make. I wanted to do just a quick video on some of the things that have been most useful for me post-op. I didn't actually go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff like other people I've seen here on YouTube do. I did get a couple of things that were very useful to me, but these are the things that are sort of mainstays in my life and have been very useful. So I'm going to start with these little nesting bowls. Okay, so I actually have two sets of them, one in the blue and one in the red, but they actually have the measurements right ingrained on them, and a few people have talked about them. So this is like 1/8 and a quarter cup is the smallest one. And then the biggest one holds 1 cup or 2 cups. You can see, I think, inside there the little line that is across here. And that actually is the 1 cup mark, or a full bowl is a 2 cup bowl. And what's really nice about these is the fact that you can use them to measure, and then also just eat out of them as well. So you know, for somebody like me who doesn't like washing dishes, they're dishwasher safe though, so that's kind of handy. The other thing that I have a lot of is these little storage containers. So this is just a little round one. This is a little square one that I just bought recently, and these are good for a couple of different things. For leftovers. You can also portion things out, freeze them right in here, and then just pop them into the microwave. So if you make multiple meals on a weekend, you can portion them out, stick them in the freezer, just grab one for lunch, for work, or for dinner in the evening, or whatever works for you. So those are wonderful. And the other really nice thing about this is these are just the little cheapy ones from like Walmart or Superstore or wherever. So if they get tucked in at the back of the fridge and you don't find them for 2 or 3 weeks, you don't actually even have to open them to investigate them. You can just throw them away. And I know that's wasteful, but you know what? Sometimes that's a necessity. And unlike some of your more expensive containers like Tupperware and stuff, I don't feel bad about throwing this around if there's some unidentified substance in them that I really have no desire to identify. Okay, so that's a couple of things. The other thing that I find really handy is these little snack bags. Again, I'm cheap, so these are the no-name brand. You don't have to go with, geez, I have trouble with these cameras. You don't have to go with Glad bags or anything, just the little no-name ones with the Ziploc. I like the Ziploc because I can never find a tie to tie the top of the bag up, and it also keeps things sealed in. So these are nice, again, for lunches and things like that, but you can pre-portion out. You know, I eat a lot of nuts for snacks and stuff, so I can pre-portion them out in like 1/8 or 1/4 size portions, and then they're just really handy to go. You can just grab one when it's snack time, but you can also use them for freezing liquids and things. So again, you can measure it out. I don't actually know how much it would hold, probably about a cup of something more liquidy, but they're also good for freezing stuff in. This is something that I did buy pre-op, the Magic Bullet here, and again it came with the cups and things like that. I use that a lot immediately pre-op for pureeing stuff, soups, and I used it some for shakes, but I just found that it really made shakes frothy. So if you do use something like that to make your protein shakes, you're probably going to have to let them sit for a half hour to 45 minutes so that the air bubbles get released out of them. This is something else that I had before when I was doing Weight Watchers, and I actually bought another one because I melted the first one on top of my countertop convection oven. But they're really cheap. They're like $19.99 at Superstore or something like that. But it's a digital scale, so when you turn it on, it will zero itself and then display the weight. And this one is nice because you can do it both in imperial or metric. So for things that you want to measure in grams and things like that, you can, or you can switch it over to the ounces and measure it in that. So The other thing, of course, and this also I've had for a couple of years, I bought another one, but it just wasn't as accurate, is my digital scale. So again, you do a little tap, I don't know if I can get it up, holding it upright like this, and it will zero itself, and then you step on it and weigh yourself. And this one is actually very accurate, and it's very consistent. You can step on it 5 times in a row, and you will weigh the same thing. And so that's what I use every Wednesday morning. The other thing that I used was this little GNC shaker cup. You can see there's a little, and I still use this actually for my protein shakes because I find that it dissolves them really nicely. You just throw that in there, shake it up for a couple of minutes, and but it was nice for when I'm traveling and stuff because it was compact. You didn't need to worry about a power outlet to plug it in. And like I said, if you gave it a good shake for a couple of minutes, it really shook up the protein shakes and dissolved them well. So that was a really good buy. And then the other thing that I talked about just this morning was my addiction to water bottles. This is only some of them. I have probably 6 or 7 water bottles because I drink water constantly, and so never can have enough water bottles, folks. So those are probably the things that I use most related to my weight loss surgery that have been the handiest. Like I said, I didn't go out and spend a whole bunch of money on lots of stuff. The other thing, last Christmas, for Christmas, my other sister-in-law had my name, and she bought me a countertop convection oven, and honest to God, at first I didn't know if I would use it that much. I had asked for a toaster oven. But she bought me that, and I am so grateful. I think I've had my large oven on probably twice since I got it, and that's because I live alone, and so really, if you're doing, 1 or 2 chicken breasts, and actually I'll do a whole, like I buy an 8-pack or a 10-pack of the boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and I'll do them all at once. And then freeze them so that they're ready for salads or lunches or things like that. And I mean, it just works wonderfully. So I use mine practically every single day. It's great. So those are the things that are most useful to me. Hope you find that helpful. Have a great day, everybody.